Hey guys, here's Dora from the Netherlands. Hey, how are you doing? Today I came with a video about a shoe review, a shoe battle, which was due for quite some time, and that's about New Balance 1080 version 12 and an older version, the version 10. I will put the links above because I had the full reviews available, and I have to say that these are one of my favorite daily trainers ever. I have also my PB from a marathon in a version 6 of the 1080, so they are really close to my heart. This older version I bought at the New York Marathon Expo in 2019, so it's one of my favorite shoes ever. But is it really such a good running shoe? Or is the version 12 better? We'll see today. Let's go first for some specifications, and the funny thing is, if you check the specs and check the descriptions for these shoes, it will be almost identical. There is a slight change, but most of the technical specs are similar. On the other hand, if you have these two shoes really in your hands, then you really feel that it's just different material. It feels different, it's built different as well. So in those 2 years, they really changed these shoes. Now on the upper, the version 10 has a Hyponite upper. At the time, I believe that was Hyponite 2.0, that was the official name. You can see it's a full booty construction, also with a gusseted tongue. And it seems nice, it feels nice. So that's why when you start running in it, and I recall that after the marathon, when I ran that New York Marathon, I can recommend it for everyone. That was just a lifetime experience. I started using it, and that was really a negative experience because I went through 2 sizes, 40.5, but it felt really small at the toes, and also though it was really small there, the lockdown was not the best. So this heel solution for me is just not my favorite. I didn't have the version 11, so I don't have any personal experience on that one. But if I recall correctly, that version was really similar still. And I have to say that on version 12, what I really prefer is that heel solution. So it's different, it's a different construction. It's also built more as a booty. There it really seems that the booty is in 2 pieces. This is really one construction here, and it has much better lowdown. I also have to say that still it's called Hyponite, but it feels really a different type of Hyponite material. It feels also a better quality. I really love this upper much more than the version 10. So it means, of course, that this category, the upper, this will be the version 12, will be the winner. For the rest is the same. Also gusseted tongue, laces are okay, not too long, not too short. It has with the New Balance logo a little bit of stability. Also at this heel counter, these bumpers are giving there for the stability. It's well built. I would almost say that it's a bit overbuilt, but at least it's giving you enough stability. I didn't mention yet, but it's a typical daily trainer, so you can use it really for easy days. You can use it for those daily mileage, 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 15 kilometer, even going for the marathon. As mentioned, in 2016, I ran a few marathons even with the predecessor of these shoes, and at the time that was really a super marathon shoe. With the shoe revolution nowadays, with those Vaporflies, with those Alphaflies, with those carbon-plated shoes, with those New Balance Rebels, just to stay really at the New Balance, this would not be my marathon shoe, to be honest. It's great also for long runs, but for race days I would pick another shoe. On the drop, both shoes do have an 8mm drop, 27 in the heel and 19mm in the forefoot. So it is a nice daily trainer setup. I really like that 8mm drop. And let's go to the second category, and that's the midsole and the cushioning. Now, at the time when this shoe was new, end of 2019, beginning of 2020, the Fresh Foam X was a new midsole from New Balance. And it's a stable shoe, it's a stable cushioning. It is providing you really enough cushioning to prevent your knees really getting injured, hip issues whatsoever. But at the same time, I was expecting a much more softer cushioning. I have to be honest that this cushioning for me was too firm. I really prefer a softer side. And even after 100 kilometers, this shoe was just not coming along the best there for me. On the other hand, though, version 12, it's also fresh foam X. We call it the same, but it's a much softer foam. Even if you go like 50 kilometers, you already feel the difference. It is getting softer. So on the midsole and the cushioning part, I definitely prefer the version 12. It has a little bit of rocker sensation, not too much, but you can feel some extra there. So on the energy return as well, this shoe I absolutely prefer. So that means as well that in this category, the version 12 is the winner. Let's go to the third category, and that's the outsole for today. Now you can see that the pattern is a little bit different, but regarding the technology is more or less the same. It's a combination of 3 different types of rubber, blown rubber and also some exposed EVA midsole. It's okay. It's not the most grippy, but it is fine for an everyday usage. I didn't have any issues when I was running in these shoes. More or less for 100 kilometers, they have the same usage as well. You see a little bit of damage, but not too much. So I have to say it's more or less identical for me. I cannot really decide on this. Which means we are at the fourth category, and that's price and value perspective. I have not talked about the prices yet, but let's go there. This was retailing at the time for 179 euros, and the version 12 this year is retailing, because of the inflation, the price increase, 189 euros. I purchased it for 10 euros less still in March, but yeah, the prices are increasing, of course, in Europe. And I believe that price was somewhat less in US dollars, so like 169, something like this. I have to say that, of course, if you still find a few examples of the version 10 or the version 11, it will be on sales. I have seen a few retail sites in Europe where I could see a few sizes for 100 euros, 99 euros even. So if you would like to go for a budget version, just go for this. But keep in mind the lockdown issues, that's not the best. And I had also some pressure points at the toes. So maybe try before you buy that shoe. And this one for that 189 euros for daily trainers, it's really on a higher end. I have to be honest. But you can expect that this shoe will go really for 800, 900, even 1000 kilometers, depending on what your knee, what your hips can take. You know that I'm quite cautious how much mileage I put in my shoes. But this is really a well-built shoe. This will really go for the distance. So it's not a budget version, but on the other hand, it will take you for many nice kilometers. So it means on the price value category, the winner is the version 10 because of the sales. If you compare the full prices, my winner is definitely the version 12, because in those 2 years, yeah, they really made some changes, and that was absolutely an upgrade. Oh, one negative, and I haven't mentioned that, regarding the weight, unfortunately, the version 12 is 13 grams more in my size. We are, of course, age group athletes, we are, of course, amateur runners, and it's a daily trainer, so not even a race day shoe. Does it matter for you? It's, of course, your personal decision. I really felt that this shoe is a little bit more regarding the weight, but it's up to you. Let me know what is your experience. Have you ever had a 1080? Let me know in the comment box below. See you in the next video. Bye bye.